Are you wearing rose-tinted glasses? If so, you might be a perfectionist who've got people-pleasing tendencies, in which you basically see a certain person in a certain light. You see a certain relationship, but you see it in a certain light, in which actually distorts the reality of things. And so you might be consumed in the fantasy of how things may or may not turn out. Oftentimes you're then attached to the outcome of how things will evolve with someone, let's say. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with regards to a relationship. It could also be with regards to a project or a business or something like that, where you're wearing rose-tinted glasses and kind of not, again, seeing the reality as it is, but you're seeing it with or through these rose-tinted glasses. Now, again, if you've got perfectionistic tendencies, then one of these tendencies is people-pleasing. And people-pleasing make you more likely to see relationships, patterns, businesses, projects, everything in your life through rose-tinted glasses. You actually then play a role in a relationship with an unhealthy pattern, really. So in this episode, I thought that we could cover the people pleaser. So if you're looking through rose-tinted glasses, right, you're deeply empathetic very often. And you might also tolerate behavior that someone else probably wouldn't tolerate. Not once or twice, but again and again and again and again and again. So you're trying to change the ending. Very often when you're then in a relationship, you're trying to change the ending, meaning you've probably been through this before, in a relationship before. Very often it might have been with an authority or some sort of authoritative figure like a parent or something like that, where let's say you had an avoidant or emotionally detached parent or a parent that wasn't there, then you might actually seek out relationships moving forward that have that same pattern or that same attachment style, and you will try to change the ending of that previous relationship that you probably had as a kid or youngster growing up. But you're doing it with this person that you're with right now. Does that make sense? So you're trying to change the ending, when in fact you cannot do that. So you might be tolerant of troublesome behavior or behavior that just doesn't meet your needs. You might know your needs, but you still are unable at a subconscious level to communicate those needs, or you feel like they might meet some of your needs, but not all of your needs. And so you're like, well, they're meeting some of my needs, so why not just give it a shot and see if they change this one thing, or if they might eventually meet this need that they don't meet right now. And so you're overly patient, overly tolerant, and it all roots in the belief that if I just do X, Y, and Z, then they will do X, Y, and Z. If I just give them some time, let's say, they will change. If I just say this and this and this, then they will change. Then they will kind of meet my needs. So this is what really happens when you wear rose-tinted glasses. Now, I've been in several relationships where I've worn rose-tinted glasses, and you can actually look at your astrology too and see whether, with your birth chart, where your Venus especially is located and which sign is located and how it is kind of cooperating or collaborating with different planets in your chart and different signs in your chart. But for me, very interestingly, I'm a Pisces sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising, and I'm a Pisces Venus. And so if you know anything about astrology, Pisces is the 12th sign in the zodiac, and I tend to, in my shadow side, become one who wears rose-tinted glasses in relationships. So I am kind of by default set up to kind of wear these rose-tinted glasses if I'm not completely aware and careful and conscious of this, right? You always have the choice, the responsibility, and the capability to observe your tendencies, to know your tendencies, and then be able to choose differently, to create a different reality for yourself. So, with regards to these rose-tinted glasses, rose-tinted glasses, what are we going to do about them? Well, how do we deal with it? You want to concentrate on boundaries. You want to concentrate on reminding yourself that kindness is, forgiving bad behavior once or twice. Enabling is forgiving it over and over and over again. So, kindness is one thing, and that means forgiving it sometimes, a few times. But when you're enabling someone's behavior to continue and continue and continue to step beyond your boundary or to basically not meet your need over and over and over again, then this is what happens. You then begin to sacrifice self for the other. And you begin to just be in the relationship because you've been in the relationship for so long, or you've put in certain amounts of effort or time into it. Or you might come up with all sorts of reasons why you should stay, why you should give it another shot, why you should just keep on wearing these rose-tinted glasses. Make sense? Very often, if you're wearing rose-tinted glasses, especially in relationships, then you might attract what is known as people who've got more perfectionistic tendencies that basically manifest as narcissism. So with perfectionism, you can have people-pleasing tendencies, but you can also have narcissistic tendencies where you are more the one who seeks control, seeks kind of dominance, seeks to know the outcome of things and want things to be in a certain fixed set way. So you might then attract that kind of person, or the kind of person who has those kinds of tendencies. And I don't really like to call anyone a people pleaser or a narcissist. I think it's both degrading, and I also think it's not necessarily accurate. No one is. Their soul is not this, okay? You might have had experiences in past lives, in current lives, in your ancestry that have shaped you into having these tendencies, but you should never let whatever tendencies you have kind of define you. It can be really destructive, and it can really just put you into a box, and it is not beneficial at all if you want to grow and evolve beyond it. See? So if we're talking about then the kind of opposite of wearing rose-tinted glasses, that would be someone who is hyper aware and just seeing reality as it is and all of that, right? If we're talking about the kinds of narcissistic tendencies here, oftentimes you then attract this kind of person into your life if you were wearing these rose-tinted glasses. And for me, that has occurred several times in my life where I've attracted both, friends and intimate partners as well who have had these tendencies. And it is nothing that I want to, blame them for at all, because I know that I also was at a certain level of consciousness or wasn't fully aware of wearing the rose-tinted glasses, and that is what I encourage you to take responsibility for as well, right? Because life is a mirror, as within, so without. It's very, very simple like that. So, in my partnership, things went well as long as I kind of kept the peace, and as long as, I kind of supported the connection and continued to nourish it lovingly and gave the other one attention, right? And so the kind of demand was that attention, giving a lot of attention to the other. And if I didn't, then that kind of broke the connection a little bit. And this was a pattern. It was kind of cyclical. So if the desires of the kind of person who've got narcissistic tendencies, who are not wearing these rose-tinted glasses to the same degree were met and kind of he was in control, our relationship was very calm. And if I needed something, if something would make me kind of more fulfilled, then it was a little bit more of a chaos, right? I was kind of out of line then. And I was stepping outside of my role in the relationship then. And so we were kind of two different extremes, right? The kind of person who has narcissistic tendencies kind of tend to be a little more selfish, and you who are wearing rose-tinted glasses tend to be more giving. He craved control. I was used to being controlled. He was demanding. I was used to making other people, fulfilled and all of this. Now, do all people pleasers fall for narcissists? No. Do all people with rose-tinted glasses fall for someone who's not wearing it? No. They might just fall for the average run-of-the-kind-of-mill, difficult and controlling personality, right? But I wanted to kind of bring this up now because I see this as a common pattern among the high performers with perfectionism that I work with, that you might fall into this category of either wearing rose-tinted glasses or you are having more of the kind of controlling tendencies. And this all actually roots in feelings of unworthiness, inadequacy, or just overall not feeling truly fulfilled in who you are. Because if you truly are, then there's really no need to conform to the other. There's really no need to control the other. Do you know what I mean? There's really no need for you to put on a mask or swallow your words or kind of suppress your emotions. There's no need to make the other person into someone they're not, or control the outcome of certain things, or needing the other person to behave a certain way or be in a certain way. See what I mean? And I've learned so much through relationships. Relationships are truly what I would call a personal growth machine. You grow so much through them if you allow yourself to. So you might now be curious, right? If you find yourself wearing rose-tinted glasses, how do you then navigate that? How do you navigate wearing them, and how do you take them off? How do you take off the rose-tinted glasses and begin to see reality for what it truly is? It all actually begins with going within into your worthiness, and that is what we support you within the Bloom Beyond Tribe. So you're more than welcome to join Bloom Beyond Tribe. Go to bloombeyond.com/apply. Then you'll get to be a part of this wonderful, bright, brave, and balanced community of other high performers with perfectionism who are committed to creating a life and business of freedom from perfectionism with the power of the subconscious mind. So we're really dealing with the root cause for why you're even wearing rose-tinted glasses in the first place. See? And being able to then understand that and then take them off and be able to see relationships and your patterns and others' patterns in a more true way. When you're able to do that, you're able to then engage in relationships without being attached to the outcome. You'll be able to also be in relationships from a place of feeling like your cup is kind of full. That makes sense? And that you are really honoring yourself more than anything, because if not, you're going to be sacrificing self for the other over and over and over again until you're depleted. So we are working through all of this together, right? And then from there in the Bloom Beyond Tribe, you also get to explore our paid programs, Bloom Beyond Perfectionism and Bloom Beyond Mastermind. So the Bloom Beyond Perfectionism program is a program consisting of wild, fall, root, rise, and bloom seasons. This is a journey of really returning to that in which you truly are, a bloomer, a true bloomer who really truly knows your worthiness and create your life and business from that place, including also your relationships with others. And you're no longer then wearing the rose-tinted glasses either. Whilst the mastermind is really for you to contribute and create beyond perfectionism as well. So go to bloomingdown.com/apply to join, and let's take off these rose-tinted glasses once and for all. Stay bright, brave, and balanced.